Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Pingery home, or welcome if you are new here. Today is a very exciting day here for us. It is actually mine and Houston's 5-year wedding anniversary, and I'm so excited. And it's so funny because it feels so weird to be doing this video. 3 years ago, I actually filmed on our anniversary as well. And I'm making the same exact cake. I plan to make our wedding cake today because not only is our anniversary today, but Houston's birthday is also in 3 days. So our wedding was 3 days before his birthday. So he turns 30 on Monday the 7th. So today is April the 4th and it's a Friday, and on April the 7th, on Monday, Houston turns 30. So I'm gonna go ahead and make our cake. I have not made this cake in 3 years. Actually, back in 2022, the last time I made it, it's a Hershey bar cake. It is so delicious. I filmed the recipe for y'all, but it's been, like I said, it's been 3 years since I have filmed this cake or even made this cake, and so I figured I would go ahead and film it again because I know I have a ton of new people here since 3 years ago. And I don't know, I just love this day. I love this weekend. I love our anniversary and celebrating Houston's birthday as well. But 3 years ago is the last time I made this cake. And then 2 years ago, I made him like an Oreo dirt cake. It was really cute. I didn't film it, and I put like all the heavy equipment on it. It was adorable. That was the year that I was pregnant with Joe Dallas, and I was due with him in June. And so that was 2023. And then last year, I just do not quite remember what we did last year. And I know that's terrible. I know we went out to eat, and maybe that's just, I know me and Houston just went out, and maybe that's just all we did. I just don't recall making a cake last year for whatever reason. But I know that was during the time I was having all of those issues, and I was about to have surgery, and yeah, so I'm thinking that's the reason I didn't bake a cake last year. I really have no idea. So this year I was like, I'm going to make that Hershey bar cake. It's been 3 years, so let me make it. And it's our 5-year wedding anniversary, which is a huge anniversary and milestone. I cannot talk this morning, y'all. It is 8:30 in the, oh, it's 9 o'clock now. I have been up since 5:30, right? 5:30, I think. And I worked out, took my shower. I did my makeup for tonight, and I never wear this much makeup anymore, so I feel like I look funny on camera, by the way. But I did my makeup. I have yet to do my hair. But Houston is gonna be here in like 3 hours, like 12:30, 1 o'clock is what time he said he was gonna be back. So I wanna get this cake made before he gets back. And then I also want to decorate this dining room area, and I've got a bunch of different things to do that with. I got some streamers. I'll show y'all. I've got these white and blue streamers. I'm doing white, blue, and gold as like the colors. I also got, he has no idea about this, I got the 3 and the O 30 balloon, because if I don't do this today, on Monday he will be working all day. Like, I know him because he's gonna take off early today to celebrate, and then tomorrow we're celebrating with his family because he has a twin brother, so we do their like birthday thing together at his grandma's house. And so anywho, I know that I have to kind of incorporate anniversary and birthday today. So in order to surprise him fully, he doesn't know I'm making a cake, he doesn't know any of this, this is how I'm gonna have to do it. And I also grabbed the matching candles for the cake. So this is really cute as well, the 3O. And then I also got these paper fans that are in the gold and white. And I had meant to go to Dollar Tree and grab like an actual helium balloon. And then I don't know what happened. I forgot, and I was like, you know what, it's fine. And I also got him a gift, but we are spending the rest of the day together. Once he gets home, we have a business call to do together. And then after our business call, we are gonna go enjoy our anniversary. So I might vlog that. I'm not sure yet, but I know we're gonna go to more of the city side and we're gonna do some shopping, and we're gonna go out to eat, and it's just gonna be a really fun day and a very fun weekend. I'm very, very excited. But without further ado, let's get these cakes in the oven. I'm also gonna be doing some regular cleaning and homemaking as well. Joe Dallas will probably be up in 30 minutes, so definitely. Also, you hear our cat, but one of our cats, Rosemary. But Joe Dallas, my son, will be up in probably about 30 minutes or so. So I want to get these cakes in the oven before he gets up, and then that way I can get his breakfast going as well. So without further ado, let's get into this very busy, exciting day. All right, so this cake is actually extremely easy to make. I'll also have the recipe down in the description box below. And I'm also going to link the video from 3 years ago on our 2-year wedding anniversary. Just so you guys, if you want to go down memory lane a little bit and watch our anniversary video from then, and like just the difference that 3 years have made. So much has changed. We obviously now have our son, and that's when we were like in such the trenches of infertility too. And I know I talk about that a lot, but that's just such a huge part of our life. And I mean, that's just the sad truth of it. And we were actually about to do our first IUI, and we knew that whatever the IUI was, like whatever happened with that, if I was to fall pregnant, then we wouldn't do IVF. But if I did not fall pregnant with IUI, we were moving into IVF. So it was a very stressful time of our life. But anywho, we got through it by God's grace, and we have our son and everything. But okay, so this cake is, like I said, extremely easy. So I'm just taking a boxed food cake. It calls for Devil's Food Cake Mix. The Duncan Hines is what the original recipe called for, but 3 years ago when I made it, I used a Swiss chocolate cake mix, and I actually was going to use the Swiss chocolate again this year, but they didn't have that this year. 3 years ago they didn't have the Devil's. This year they didn't have the Swiss. Rosemary is the female kitty. Milo, everybody knows Milo. He is my male kitty. Rosemary is my parents' cat that Huston actually got them one year for Mother's Day. She was a little farm rescue, just like Milo was to us. But now that we live here, she obviously is now part of the gang of Lady and Milo. But she, bless her heart, she's so annoying. She is the most annoying cat. She is definitely not my Momo boy. So anywho, I'm using a vanilla pudding mix, 3 large eggs, 2 cups of buttermilk, and 1 cup of oil. Alright, so like I said, this cake is just super easy to make and just whip up. But 3 years ago when I made this cake, you know, it was our 2nd wedding anniversary. We actually had just moved into the rent house that we no longer live in. And so it was like a crazy, hectic time. And then obviously with the infertility treatments and all of that, it was just crazy. But I did not have this stand mixer. Actually, that was the year, in October is my birthday. So that was the year Huston bought me this stand mixer. So I did not have a stand mixer. I didn't even have an electric mixer. I had to, this cat, I'm telling y'all, she is annoying. She's messing with the tripod. Anywho, I had to do the mixing all by myself. So this cake took so much longer to make. And then I also didn't have one of these graters. I just had this like little paddle grater that I had to grate all of the chocolate bars with. I'm telling y'all, if you have not watched that video, you need to go watch it. It was a hot mess. situation. I actually rewatched that video, I guess like a few weeks ago or last week or something, when I was like, oh, I want to make that cake for, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for his birthday, because it's a big anniversary for us, but it's also a big birthday for him too. It's his 30th birthday. And so, anywho, it was very, very funny. So, like I said, go watch that video if you want a good laugh, and you also just want to see little baby me and Houston. Those first years of marriage. So funny. But I will tell y'all one thing that has not changed, if you're maybe a newlywed or getting ready to get married. I mean, I only have 5 years of marriage advice to give people, but one thing that has not changed is that man still gives me butterflies, and I still love doing stuff for him. And cooking is obviously like one of my love languages, but food and eating the food is one of my husband's love languages. And it's really funny because I like to cook and I like to bake. Houston told me when we were dating, I cooked for him his first birthday that we were dating together. I made him like a 3-layer chocolate cake, and I made fried chicken and green beans and mashed potatoes and I think biscuits, you know, like all the fixins. And food was not the way to his heart. We joke and say that food was the way to his heart. My cooking was the way to his heart. It was not, y'all. That's a joke, but do not take that literally. But anywho, so we joke about that. But he told me a few months, because we only were dating for 6 months before we got engaged, and we were only together for a whole year before we got married. But he told me a few, like I guess it was when we got engaged, he told me that his grandfather always told him that he would have to marry a woman that knew how to cook because he just loved to eat too much. He loved food way too much. So he always told Houston that you better find you a woman that knows how to cook, because you just like to eat too much. You just like good food. And so I'd like to say that he did. He tells me that he did. Anyway, but so I enjoy cooking for him and making things for him and trying to surprise him. He is a very hard person to surprise, actually, because he works all the time, and I mean, he's the most hardworking man I know, and I'm so thankful and just so grateful for him. But he's always doing something. And anywho, so I appreciate him so much. So this is my way of expressing that appreciation, and of course in other ways too. I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and while these cook, I'm gonna try to maybe start decorating a little bit, or I need to listen. I might have to start breakfast for Joe Dallas, but either way, while these are in the oven, we'll be doing some kind of homemaking. Well, decorating took a little bit longer, only because I don't know what to do with these little fan things. I hung them up and then two of them have fell down. So, I don't know. I really kind of don't need them now, but I was like, well, I have them. I might as well try to use them somewhere, but honestly, it's not really working out for me. But Joe Dallas is awake. He had an accident, so he is only gonna pull up, and all of his bedding and everything is in the washing machine. I'm hoping it's teething sickness. He is teething really bad. He's getting in like molars and stuff, and so hopefully that's what it is. He doesn't have a fever, but we have had a virus run through our house last week, a stomach virus, and so I'm like, I just am praying he is not getting it. But anywho, we'll keep a check on him, needless to say, for sure. But he doesn't have a fever. He's eating a ham and cheese sandwich, because I was like, I don't know. So he's eating a ham and cheese sandwich, and I'm gonna try to make sure he drinks enough water. I feel like he didn't drink enough water yesterday, so, you know, we'll see. But anywho, the cakes are out, they're cooling, and I'm gonna start grating chocolate bars. The cakes are beautiful. And yeah, so I need to wash up these in order to make the icing, and I need to grate chocolate bars in order to make the icing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Probably turn on his little TV show, and yeah, we'll see what happens. As a mama, nothing ever goes as planned, and that is okay. That is motherhood at its finest, for sure. I just spent like the last 30 minutes holding him and rocking him, and I did go ahead and give him some Tylenol. I don't know if it's his mouth, maybe his tummy's still hurting. You know, I'll ask him and he'll say I don't know. So anywho, I gave him some Tylenol. I think he's content after I just held him for a little bit, but I'm gonna make this icing and get this cake put together. I did just remember that my mom actually has, I was just gonna put it in this, but we actually have like a pretty cake stand that's crystal. So if I can find that real quick, I'm gonna use it instead. It's 11:30 now, so I want it to be done by 12, and I think I will be. Just let me see if I can find that little cake stand, and then we'll get this icing made and ice the cake. found this cake plate, which is a lot prettier. And my 3 cakes are completely cold. Amazing. I was a little worried about the icing, but it turned out absolutely perfect. It is beautiful, and it has all the chocolate. It smells so good. This is, oh, it's just such a good cake. All right, so we're gonna put these bad boys to the test. Now this cake is extremely moist, and I remember how good and delicious and moist this cake is. It is just too good. So a lot of people, you can actually put a little dab of icing on the bottom so your cake doesn't move around as much if you would like. I'm just gonna do what I just did there, but let's get this thing iced. I'm so excited. Obviously, I'm not a professional cake person, and I'm also not a professional icer, obviously. So I just clean up. I just grab a clean dish rag, and I will just clean my platter with that to get all this excess, so that way it looks prettier since it's literally everywhere. But like I said, this is just a clean dish rag, and I'm just gonna clean this up. It's okay, honey. He got the broom and he just hit the ice maker, and so it's making noises at him, and I think it scares him. All right. And that is the cake. I'm so excited. Alright y'all, Huston's here, but I should have known that he was going to be on the phone waiting to come in, so we're waiting. Come on. What'd you get? Say happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear daddy, happy birthday to you.
Come here.
What's wrong?
Come here. Come here. What is it?
Do you not like to sing happy birthday to daddy? Snap everywhere. Daddy's gotta make his wish.
Right now. Blow them out.
I could fall in love with you.
You blew them out.
Did that scare you?
Right now. Would it be the
Proud of you?
I fear somehow
Yeah, a little bit. Well, hurry up.
I could fall in love with you, but I won't.
What?
Not here.
I won't go hungry anymore. Look, I'm dirty.
Chocolate covered pretzels.
Nothing's changed.
Okay, y'all, so we finally made it out. We've actually been out for like almost 2 hours now, but Houston was on the phone the whole ride over here. But do you want to tell them how much you just spent?
No. They robbed me, and it ought to be confidential information.
So
I mean, I
we
just
came-
figured it up. If any of y'all want to do the math, it's $44.93 for 15 years.
We came to the men's warehouse to get him some suits for church, new dress shirt, he got a tie, all the things which we've been putting off. He's needed to do this for since we've got married. And finally, after 5 years, I talked this man into coming over here, which now we know why. But you want to know what, Houston? I will say, you spent that on one suit coat
When?
for a wedding,
I didn't buy that.
when you could have bought. You didn't buy that.
My best friend did not want me to spend hardly anything on his wedding. So
But
I
here-
bought jeans and boots, and he bought the coat.
But here's the thing. You literally spent more than that on jeans and boots.
Okay.
And he complains about getting 3 suits, a shirt, and a tie. And he's getting everything tailored to fit him perfectly. So I say he's fine. He's very well taken care of. Oh, we've yet to tell them how much it cost. Oh, was you gonna tell them? Or
Well, I
no?
just told him. $44.93 for 15 years.
All right, y'all do the math. We're not
Drop a
gonna-
comment. Let her know how much. Exactly what I figured out.
All right, y'all do the math and leave it in the comments below if you do the math. Let me know how much he spent at the men's warehouse.
It'll scare you. But I haven't bought any suits for like 15 years. I think it was like 16 years old whenever I bought 2 suits. They had a deal at their old store, 2 suits for $100 each. And so I bought 2 suits for $200. So I've had 3 suits my entire life, other than when I robbed from your brother when he outgrew his.
Yeah, but they just didn't fit you well. All right, well, let's go. Now we're gonna go figure out what we're gonna do for dinner. Mama didn't buy nothing this year for herself. I told Houston, said, you know, this is just what we need to do. So, what did I get this year for a good time? He brought me home a pack of peanut and
You're lucky you got those after that ordeal I had at Walmart yesterday.
That's what you got me at Walmart. Out of the whole store. That's all you got.
Out of the whole story, that took me an hour and 30 minutes to buy 2 thumb drives. I got there at 4:06.
I thought you went and got this at a gas station.
No, I got those because I was standing in line at Walmart waiting on people to pay.
Oh, okay.
And all
well,
this-
I'm hungry. Also, I never showed y'all my outfit or anything. It's super cute. I got some white jeans on, and I got these little brown wooden heeled sandals, and just some silver jewelry. Super cute. And I did do my hair before we left as well, so it's looking real good. Alright, y'all, so we just got out of Jared's and I am naked. I no longer have a ring because we had to get our inspections done and our cleanings done. And Houston's had to get sent off. And then Houston surprised me. And he bought my anniversary present. But I can't show y'all. Actually, if this video is not edited and ready to upload, it's supposed to be ready for pickup on Friday, then I will put a picture or a video of it here for y'all to see. I can't believe he did it, because he kept telling me he was not gonna do that until our 10-year anniversary.
Well, she just doubled her next anniversary gift to 20 years.
And I'm in shock. But like I said, if I can, I will show y'all what we added 2 more bands, enhancement bands, to the ring. Like it needed them. I just really wanted them. It's a want, obviously. These are my rings.
Yep, you got them.
I can't believe it. I'm still in shock. Like, my cheeks hurt.
Good.
Oh my goodness. Alright, but we're at Hakka-Chow. We're gonna go get us some sushi and some General Tso's chicken and rice and broccoli.
Well, it's
Let's go.
strange, but I could fall in love with you right here, right now. Yeah.
Well, supper was delicious, and oh my goodness
Seriously?
gracious. And now we're headed back to the house at a 7:44 p.m. and we're tired, because usually Joe Dallas is in bed by now. And we are laying on the couch watching TV.
No, we're not.
Here we are.
Normally we're dropping equipment off, or I'm just now coming in.
Well, on like a normal night.
Yeah.
Not on like how this week was. This week we've barely got to lay on the couch and watch TV. This week's been busy. I was hoping that it would be a pretty sunset. I mean, the clouds are pretty, but it's nothing like that's really pretty, those clouds. But that's about all we got. We ate everything except for 2 pieces of sushi, which we brought with us, because I was not about to let my 2 pieces of sushi go to waste. And that was me. It was my share of the sushi. I did offer for him to eat it,
I'm just too full.
but he said no. See, I had a good plan. You was gonna get a whole plate of General Tso's.
Well, I was. I should have.
And then you would have been more miserable than you are right now.
Yeah, probably so.
I was like, no, let's get 1 General Tso's and split that, and then get 2 orders of sushi.
Now I'm gonna need a McDonald's caramel macchiato to make it home. I'm gonna be over here hitting autopilot.
I do have a free iced coffee,
No.
but I do not want it. I can assure you.
No, not this late. We didn't get to pour our 20-yard driveway.
Go.
She said, I'm not waiting. Oh, look, now we're getting pulled over.
Are you serious?
No. See, the light was pink. Look, your heart dropped. You're like, oh no. Look,
Oh.
I'm gonna lose my CDLs and everything. Whoever you tell me I need to run a red light.
It wasn't red, it was yellow.
I could